So, hello viewers, welcome to another episode of Face to Face with Toppers. We have with us Dr. Akansha, who has secured AIMS rank 14, and that is a great achievement. I congratulate her for her success in this current AIMS exam that is in November 2020. And all the viewers watching her can get cues and tips from her. So, welcome Akansha on board. And
Thank you.
can you just introduce yourself to all the viewers here?
My name is Dr. Akanksha Yadav. I have just completed my DM neurology. Like I have just cracked the entrance exam for DM neurology. Though I had completed my MD medicine in May 2018, but after that I had not immediately started preparing for DM. So I am one of those rare people who prepare for DM after a gap. So maybe I can guide those people better, and those who are preparing for DM immediately after MD are at a good advantage, I feel, because I had to start from a scratch. That is what I feel. I started from Harrison again because there was a 2 years gap between my DM neurology preparation and my clearing my MD exam.
Okay, you are not a rare species, Akansha. It's not like that. We have so many people who are like just passionate about neurology who couldn't get in the first chance and then trying after again and again. Maybe 1 year, 2 year. I have
Definitely.
talked with even people who have done after 3.5 years, and people now I have
Okay.
in my group people aged 40, nearly 10 years after their this MD. Course they are still trying, so you're not a rare species, and yeah, rare in the sense that you're on the top, not otherwise. So Akansha,
No,
tell me, where did you study actually? Where did you do your MBBS MD?
sir, I did my MBBS from Lady Harding Medical College, Delhi.
Okay,
And then post that, I did my MD from UCMS again in Delhi.
okay,
But after my MD, I did my SRship for a little bit, like for 1.5 years.
okay.
Later on, I left my SRship since I was trying to prepare for my DM entrance, and I was not able to focus on both the studies, family, as well as my job.
Yes.
So for the last 3-4 months, I was at home preparing specially for the exam.
And one more thing I wanted to ask you: when did you start your preparation as such? Like whether it just started in the MD period itself, or as you said, just after finishing you finished in
No,
2008.
sir, I did not really prepare for my DM entrance in during MD. I did not prepare for it. Initially I was not very sure in which field I would want to do it, or whether I would want to do DM or not. So
Okay.
but neurology was a subject which I found challenging as well as exciting. Like I felt like this is a subject I could read more about. That was the only part I could like gather in my MD studies. So after my MD, I joined SRship, and during my SRship, was clear about the field I want to study further in. But I had started my preparation only this year in April or May of this year. Seriously, preparation. Like sometimes I used to randomly read some topics. That was a different thing. But like a planned study, I started in April or May this year, 2020.
That is, you finished in 2018 May, but you
Yes, sir.
started your preparation only in 2020 April.
Right. Right.
Okay. Okay. So in between, did you write any exams like after 2018 May? Any exams did you write?
I had appeared in last year's NEET, but
Okay.
I had not given the other institute exams because I had not prepared for anything. So I only gave the NEET exam.
Okay.
Yes.
How was the performance
I
then?
like I
Haven't
barely
prepared.
qualified.
Yeah.
Yes, I was not prepared. So I
Yeah.
was like in the very last ranks, which just qualified, but I would not be like getting any of the colleges. And I
Right.
wanted to do from a good enough college. So I thought that I will prepare seriously later.
Yeah, that's good actually. So last neat when you wrote, what was in your mind? So that was it an eye opener that okay, I have to prepare, and then only I'll be able to crack. That kind of attitude came from the
Uh,
NEET or any other exams you wrote, or it just had to wait till April
no,
20.
I did not write other exam. No, I did not write other exams. So I gave NEET 2019, but then after that I realized that I am not at the even the basic level. I was not able to recall the simple things simply because I had not studied. So I could not like blame anything for it. So, but then I realized that I need to start from scratch. I was forgetting even Harrison questions and all those things, because Harrison can be something like which needs repeated revisions. It has a lot of information in itself, even just the Harrison book. So I realized that I need to like start preparing seriously. Only then I'll be able to clear the exam. That was my takeaway from 2019 exam.
So April, starting the preparation in April, what made you like, this is the time I should go very strong and intensify my learning process?
Right. Probably the COVID this year,
Okay.
because then it had changed a lot of lives. Our schedule was initially it became more hectic for us, our community, but then later on I realized that I don't want to spend one more year just doing a job which I don't intend to do like all my life. I want to be a neurologist, so I better start in that direction.
Yes.
So during that time I started.
Yeah, actually, COVID had changed so many lives, some in a good way, some in a bad
I
way,
am.
and you are in the
Yes,
positive side. Okay, that's it. Okay.
I
So
believe so.
initially, when you started your preparation, say, as you said, you have lost 1 year in between. So lost a bit of a touch. So did you, where did you start from? From Harrison, revising things, MCQ books, or started with Bradley or any other book? What was your book?
So
What were the books you followed?
I started from Harrison because I felt that that is the base I needed to build upon. I was not confident about Harrison itself to start from Bradley. That is what I felt in the beginning.
Okay.
So I started with Harrison along with some MCQs for Harrison. Like whichever topic I'll read from Harrison, I'll solve MCQs of that topic. That is how I started. My initial goal was to complete the neurology part well, and then later on move on to the other topics. So I started from Harrison, and later on, then there are some topics which are repeatedly asked in some of the institute exams, like especially AIMS from the previous question papers. So
Yes.
for those topics, I read Bradley, not extensively. I had not read Bradley extensively.
Can you say a few topics in AIMS important in Bradley, just for the benefit of the AIMS aspirants next year? Just
Epilepsy is a very, very important topic. Then
okay.
dementias, all the forms of dementias,
Okay.
and Parkinsonism and movement disorders. These are what I felt are really like covered in depth in AIMS
Yeah.
exams.
AIMS, one more
So
important, very
yeah,
important
that is about
topic
it.
is actually stroke, because Padma madam is actually an
Yes,
expert in stroke.
yes,
Lots of
yes.
questions. They're publishing very many papers on stroke. So stroke, I think, would be the first, and
Right.
then
So
all the topics what you said gains importance in institute,
yes.
especially names. Okay, so when you,
Yes.
how did you start? Like you studied Harrison. Did you follow an MCQ book?
Sir, I did some questions from this Mathur book,
Ranjit
Dr. Mathur's book,
Okay.
which is based on Harrison. So it was easy to solve that book along with Harrison. That was the only MCQ book I was following along with it.
So and then that was regarding studying part. So your checking part, that is solving questions part. How did you go through till NEET exam? How was your preparation for solving
Uh,
questions?
Initially, that is something I used to feel that I lack in. That was one of my negatives, that I would read theory, but I would not be able to convert that into my MCQ solving skills.
Okay.
So around, I think I'm not sure exactly, but around I think August or September,
Yeah.
we got a link to your group. So someone, I think Dr. Saurabh, it was Dr. Saurabh who posted a link to
Yeah.
your group in around that. So I
Yeah.
joined it. Then I found I had missed 4 or 5 tests of your group. Like you were giving us structured questions for all the topics. So I
Yeah.
had missed initial 5 tests. Probably I joined around the sixth topic. But then
Okay.
I found it was initially it was completely Harrison based.
Yeah.
So it was helpful in both the ways that it helped me revise what I knew. Like I could be confident about what I knew, and it would help me point out those parts which I had missed. So it was very, very like a good revision. I would then initially start solving your questions and then go back to Harrison and check what I had missed. So that was very nicely structured. Later on, you gave us the links to the previous topics as well, so I could do all of them.
Okay.
So that was one of the major things. And then other group members were also posting their questions and all of that. That discussion, that I felt that really helped me in converting the theory knowledge to the MCQ base.
Okay. So Saurabh is saying, I think, as a rank 20 in NEET.
Yes.
Right? Is
Yes, yes, sir. Dr.
if you're
Sahil is
good.
ranked 20. He has joined SGPGF.
Oh, great, great.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
sir.
And
Okay.
regarding your while writing your NEET exam, did you feel that you have done enough? Uh, well, the NEET exam. I know the NEET was actually very difficult this time because more of pediatric neurology. And
Yes.
so, what was your feeling after writing the NEET and after getting the NEET rank?
Okay. After the exam, I really felt that the exam was difficult and I could not solve many of the pediatrics questions simply because I had not prepared for it. What I was expecting was there probably will 10, 15 questions from pediatrics.
Yes.
So, but there were many, many more than the expected. So that I could not solve. And secondly, what I felt I lacked in was neuroimaging parts. I could not do those questions very well. Like I had, though I had tried to see the Harrison figures and the very common disease, the figure you had also put pictorial questions, a lot of them, though that helped to get a like idea about, I could identify what image it is, what possibly it is showing, but not all the questions. I was not very confident about all the questions when the neuroimaging questions were coming. So these were two parts which I felt I really lagged in,
Okay.
and because of probably that, yeah.
Probably that is the reason why you had a bit marks came a bit down. Okay, so
Yes.
when this NEET was very disastrous for most of them because it was unexpected actually. So those who were prepared
Yes.
were thoroughly disheartened. So
Right.
after getting the results, how did you come up that I should fight on and do the institute exams? That kind of attitude or motivation from where did you get actually?
So after writing the exam, like once I had given the exam, I totaled my score. We discussed with you, and then I calculated my approximate score after the exam.
Yes.
So after calculating my score, I was at a level I thought that I will not be even be getting this rank which I got. I was expecting a rank to be in like thousands or so, probably like that. So when the rank came, I felt that it is not that bad, though I am not selected. Obviously, I will not, like I was in the qualifying ranks, but I will not be getting a good college. But then I got an idea that despite the exam level to be very tough, my rank is okay, and I can build upon this. And I was one of those students who is not preparing for like many years. I just started in April or May, so I was very well like mentally prepared to prepare for next NEET. I was like, yeah, I will definitely prepare for next NEET and I want to like crack it. So institute exam was just a bonus that I like thought that I will be doing this as well. But my main target was that I will be keep preparing for next NEET 2021.
Okay. So you just wanted to give a try in the institute exam since you had started your preparations in
Right.
April.
Right.
So Akansha, I was
Yes.
just curious because as you said, you had discussed the marks with me and all. So
Yes.
during that time, I had published a recall of NEET during that time.
Right.
So
Yes. Yes.
was the
Yes.
marks matching? Uh,
It was exact the same marks actually.
or
I scored the exact same marks which I had calculated. I had given that recall test which you
yeah,
had given. Na? So
yeah,
I
yeah.
had given that test. I had marked exactly same answer which I had marked in exam just to calculate it.
Okay.
Despite later I knew that what probably the right
Right.
answers are. So I got the exact same marks. But the rank we could not guess because it is a bit difficult to gauge on the national level. So I
Yes.
was expecting my rank to be even lower, which I got. But then I felt that sometimes the tough exams they change the rank levels and all these things
Yeah.
despite the scores. Yeah.
Okay, just asking you that question because there could be a recall bias, and so it was matching. So that is actually good
Yes,
thing to
it
hear.
was
Good thing to hear.
fine for me. It was for me. It was perfectly matching.
Okay, okay. And
Yes.
Akansha, what was your journey from NEET to AIMS? What extra did you do during that time? Because you had read Harrison, solved our MOOC exams, and
Yes.
anything extra. You know that it's institute exam. It will be a bit different from the usual NEET. So, what
Yes.
extra did you do during that time?
So I decided after NEET that I will till the institute exams, like till AIMS exam, I will read only neurology and leave general medicine for later. That was a risk I was willing to take. I thought that I will focus on the neurology part initially and then start general medicine after December or so.
Okay,
So I started reading neurology a little bit more in depth. Then
okay.
we started doing those advanced modules. Honestly, during your advanced modules, I used to feel I'm very much at lack. I had not read Bradley so much. So I would read little bit of it, probably the tables, and then give the exams. But once you like solve the questions, maybe we get an idea. Like, okay, these are the possible questions or these are the possible topics.
Yeah.
So regarding those topics, I try to which like three topics I mentioned, and then you added stroke because stroke is a basic for all the neurology aspirants. So all
Yes.
those four topics, then only those topics I read them in detail, and little bit I solved previous year's AIMS question papers.
Yes.
Whenever I was solving previous year's AIMS question papers, I felt that these topics, all these 4 5 topics, they were covered in detail. So
Yes.
I went back and looked for them in detail, like whatever the possible topics are being covered. And then I also read the recent stroke guidelines and all because I feel they are a bit important,
Yeah.
and all the stroke scores and all these things,
Yeah.
and dementias different, those things I read in detail. That was the only thing. And I what my strategy was to read these things repeatedly rather than try and cover a lot of things together, because I felt that I was at starting from scratch, so I need to do these things better than like to try and cover everything and not be thorough with it.
Yeah.
So that was my strategy.
Yes, yes. As you said, actually, institutes concentrate on 4 5 topics you had enumerated earlier because their postdoctoral fellowships and the maximum research in the institute goes in these topics like stroke, movement disorder, epilepsy, then what you call myopathy. Then, as you know, the hot topics like multiple
Yes.
sclerosis, headache, dementia, etc. So it's actually we can number in our hands how many are the hot topics, and if you are able to
Yes.
concentrate very early. That is, for people who are listening, this is actually December 2020, and you have got 8 to 9 months for the next NEET as well as the institute exams. So you can
Yes.
spend actually 2 weeks or even 3 weeks per topic. It's not that you should spend entirely on that topic, but you can set aside that time for that topics, and then you'll get a better hand of the or better knowledge of the subject or topic subtopic. And later, when you revise, you can just speedily go through and get acquainted with every questions, even the advanced.
Right.
Okay. Okay. So
So for myopathy specifically, I would say that I read only Harrison and I did only your questions. So I repeatedly read Harrison tables and then I solved your questions. For that topic, I did not read like advanced books, and for the rest of the topics, I did. So
okay. Yes.
yeah,
So I think if you are because some people may need Bradley because it's there are Bradley questions also there in this institute
definitely.
definitely.
Yes.
So that is because of that reason that the questions are prepared by neurologists. So
Right.
neurology, the basic book is Bradley, and there is no
Yes.
substitute. Maybe Adams is there, but Bradley, most of the institutes follow Bradley. So
Yes.
I think so Bradley is important because examiners' mind would be always in Bradley because they are teaching Bradley points and all. So that is the problem. But Harrison is actually kind of a note of Bradley, and hence
Yes.
that questions may get covered in Harrison also. So you have to be thorough, basically with Harrison. Then, if you have time, you should go for Bradley. That book
Yes.
is very difficult to master. Harrison, I think, is bit easier because it's very short and all. But Bradley, I think it's bit tougher. You have to read twice, thrice, etc. Harrison also the same thing, but less time. You can
Yes.
read 5 to 6 times, but in a lesser time. Okay. So Ames, how was your theory? When you wrote the theory, did you think that you will make it? Or you have written as a like okay, I'll just give a try in Ames. So when you wrote the theory part, did you think that okay, I mean,
So I after the exam, I had uh, three questions were there which I thought I should do right, but then I later on I came home and checked and they were not correct. Like three silly mistakes I had made in the exam. For that I was a bit, because these institute exams, they so highly competitive, and even zero point 0.5 marks and zero point 0.3 such
yes,
marks can make a huge difference. So
yeah,
after those three questions, three silly mistakes, I was a bit taken aback. Probably I might not get
and
selected in the theory in the initial qualifying part. But I had I gave 2 or 3 days and then I went back to the general medicine part. I thought probably I will not get in the theory, maybe
okay,
because of those mistakes which I made. But then the result came after after a while, 5 6 days only. So then
okay.
I went back again to the clinical part. Yeah.
Okay, Akansha, actually, that is a usual attitude of all the exam aspirants that they give an exam, sit back. They that same night they won't be able to sleep. They'll be thinking of the questions they had made wrong and get
Yes.
disappointed. So that is a
Yes. Yes.
actually good thing because you are remembering the questions. So can you, if you have no problem, I think you can just tell me which all questions you made wrong. It's because that is something which would help the next generation to actually ponder over. So if you
Yes, yes.
have no problem, you can just share it with us.
So there was this question from paraneoplastic chapter, the paraneoplastic neurological
Yeah, yeah. You can talk.
manifestations chapter. This question, the question which had like the clinical scenario was given: a 60-year-old female is there, and then there were very clear hints which were pointing it towards LGI1, anti-LGI1 antibody disease. But
Okay.
for some reason, I got confused and I started wondering, this is a female,
Okay.
and the
NMDA.
LGI1 is said to be male predominant. And then I started overthinking it and I marked NMDAR
Got
encephalitis,
I
which I
got
should not have. So that
Yeah.
was one question. And I was still confused when I was marking the answer.
Uh,
But then when I came back and I confirmed, obviously, that was wrong for me.
So after the theory results, you what was your preparation? How the strategy was from Ames theory? So it was not that expected from like of you that you would get the theory. You didn't expect the theory. You will clear the theory and will be selected for practicals. So was that a surprise or like okay, yeah, you are confused how to prepare for the practicals?
Yes, I thought that my preparation was good before the exam. I was thinking, I went with a confident mindset. But after these three mistakes, I was a little bit like not expecting it. But after, I was not very shocked that I had been selected in theory. I wanted to give my open mindedly, because after the first qualifying exam, they don't tell you what rank you are. So there were 43 candidates who had qualified the first stage. So I did not know where I am placed. And again, I was thinking probably I'm lower down the ladder because of the mistakes I had made.
Okay.
So after this result, I called up some of the seniors who have cleared this, who have given this interview, or who have cleared this, like those who are already in AIMS.
Okay.
I tried to speak to them. They told me, they gave me an idea. But since now even AIMS exam is online, earlier it used to be in person, the second level of AIMS. So
Yes.
now, because of the COVID, it is online. So I asked some of them, and they gave me a rough idea that they want to check your basic clinical skills. They want to see how you fare in all these things, and they'll ask you general questions, not extremely deep theory questions. So
Okay.
I tried asking around, and then I did not read extensively during that time. I just kept on revising on the basic things again, which I said, like stroke guidelines and a little bit about the clinical part. That is all I read during that time. And I tried getting an idea about the rest of the institutions apart from AIMS New Delhi, because
Okay.
earlier I had didn't know much in detail about them. So
Okay.
that is all I do.
And what was your questions in practicals? What were your
Uh,
questions?
so initially they always ask like your background, where you have you done your MBBS, your MD from, and all those things. Then they ask me what I have been doing post my MD. All those things they ask me,
Yeah.
and if I have had any neurology exposure, because though those who are working in neurology after MD, they always have an advantage.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was in general medicine, so yes, they that part also they did ask me. Then they started with questions. This time it is online, so the questions are written, and that is displayed on your screen.
Okay.
So I was given a clinical scenario of a 25-year-old female who presents to you with one limb weakness, like right upper limb weakness and wasting. She's presenting to you. So they started asking me what are the possible differentials of it, and then again they started like building upon this. So
Yeah.
they asked me a few more questions.
Whatever you said, they just caught on it and just asked
Yes,
questions.
yes. Whatever you answer, they ask further upon it, that only. And
Okay.
then they also ask me, like on the similar basis, they also ask me that tell us the differentials of upper limb
Yeah.
predominant neuropathies. So
Nice.
that is also what they asked us.
Okay. Got
And mostly this, and then later on, this specifically asked me about multifocal motor neuron disease with conduction block.
it.
So
Yeah.
that is what they asked me to elaborate upon. And yeah, the viva like went on like this only. It was not very long this time, because it lasted only 20 minutes or so, probably because there were more candidates. We were 43 of us, they were interviewing the same day.
Okay.
So that is how it just mostly went
So after the interview, did you expect any change? Like, okay, I am.
on. Not, I don't know, sir. Like I was not very much calculating what will happen, and probably not, because I did not know how many marks I've gotten in the first stage. So I was open minded to both the things. If I'll get selected, well and good. If not, I was mentally prepared to like sit at home and seriously prepare for my NEET 2021.
Yes, so I think AIMS exam, you don't, not even AIMS, even Sri Chitra and all, you don't even get a clue that what's happening. So
Yes,
I
I
think
definitely.
it's actually useless if you just spend time or waste time thinking about the results. I think you can better go for the next exams, because a lot of exams will be crammed at during that time, and you shouldn't waste time thinking about the results. If you're lucky and you have done better, you'll definitely crack in. So, so you got AIMS Bhopal, right? Oh, Bhopal. Okay,
Yes.
that's a in a prestige. AIMS is actually a prestigious institute. So many branches are there. I think AIMS Bhopal. Then Bhubaneswar is there. Rishikesh is there. Then one more is there.
Is also there this
Jo-
time.
yeah.
Though there are some other, I think this time these four were there apart from Delhi.
How many seats in AIMS Bhopal?
Two this time, sir.
Two seats. Okay. Okay. Would you like to tell the juniors who are watching this video? What advice would you give? What should they do during their preparation? And as you said, I remember most all should start preparing from their MD period. That's what you said, because losing 1 year will have a bad effect, because you have to start from the very scratches again, from the square one. We
Yes.
have to start. So, what advice would you give?
Yes.
When should they start all thing in some what do you think, brief advice if somebody asks you, then what will you
Yes, sir.
reply?
So for those who are clear about that they want to do DM in neurology in their MD time, they must cover the neurology part at least 4 or 5 times, like two revisions extra. Then they would give their general medicine part for the MD exam preparation. I
Okay.
feel that the way you study for your entrance exams is a bit difficult for different from the way you study for your MD exam, like MD final exam. So MCQ, from the MCQ point of view, they should definitely be done with the neurology part of Harrison. If they can cover the general medicine part well, that is a cherry on the cake. So that will be very good for them. If they can solve that one MCQ book, Harrison based, sorry, Ajay Mathur sir's books.
Okay.
Yeah, that if that they can solve that during their MD part, that will be the best. So that later on they can build on some of the topics from Bradley.
Okay.
Bradley, it is very difficult to. I That is what I feel. Though I have some of my colleagues who have read that also. For AIMS specifically, I would want to say that the previous year question papers should be solved. One must be thorough with that, because sometimes the questions are repeated, but most of the times the topics are definitely repeated. So that needs to be like very thorough in the initial part of the preparation only. Then one can build upon that.
Okay. I think, Akansha, you have nicely summed up everything, how your journey was, and how much hard work you have put to come to this level. So, as I think all the viewers who are seeing this, who are aiming for the institute exam as well as the NEET, should try to get cues from how her journey was, what had she had done during her journey of reaching AIMS Institute. So once again, I congratulate Akansha for her grand success this time, and you could get in this time without repeating for one more year for the next exam. So that was in your mind initially. And also, you must think that even after NEET, some institute exams are there. It's not that you cannot crack it, or it's out of above your level, or it's not my cup of tea kind of thing. You have to give a try because you have learned. So it's not that just one exam you decide your fate. You have to try maximum. You have got chances, then try your maximum. So with that, I think we'll wind this session. I also wish all the viewers who are definitely planning for maybe neurology in next NEET exam, or through the institute exams they are planning for the institutes, all the best, and study hard from as early as possible. I wouldn't say today itself. I should say now itself you start your preparation. Basically, Harrison, because you got 8 months, you should be thorough with Harrison, as Dr. Akansha has told you. And there is no skipping the step of learning Harrison, no, not directly to Bradley and all. If you are thorough with Harrison, then and you have time, then go for Bradley, I think. And in the end, by finishing, you can give the finishing touches by solving the mock exams and other. And some people may need coaching. I understand that some people may need coaching. They can definitely get some coaching or some motivation from any teachers, mentors, etc. All that would be helpful. So don't leave any pages unturned. So you put your maximum effort. So thank you, Akansha, for this session.